What's up? Yeah, well, I thought while I'm such in a chatty mood, I'd make another video for later on to post. So, anyway, today in this video, I want to talk about weight loss. And I guess you notice, see my double chin went from up here down to here. So, that's because I've lost like a little over 100 pounds. And you know how I did that? Well, I had some health issues. And so I had to change my diet. With my health issues, a whole lot. I mean, amazingly a lot. Um, and I was even able to get off, several of the medications that I had been taking. So, how I did it was I just started doing the keto diet and just basically changed, how I view food. And uh, I had been, doing like a lot of easy meals, frozen stuff, packaged stuff, cheap stuff that was actually not good for your health. And so I started following the keto diet and suggestions, and so I started, excuse me, uh, eating, more fresh vegetables, and making everything from scratch. Um, I quit eating processed foods and anything with, sugar in it, or the seed oils. I switched over to like avocado oil and olive oil and, nothing with sugar in it. And everything has these bad oils, especially soybean oil and sugar. And sometimes it doesn't say sugar, it say dextrose or maltodextrine or whatever. I mean, they have these fake names for what's in corn syrup, all the stuff that's like really bad for you. And so what I started doing is like I make my own mayonnaise because I don't like what's in the jarred mayonnaise. I make my own ketchup because I don't like the ingredients in bottled ketchup, store-bought ketchup. So I make everything like that from scratch. Even like my salad dressings, I can make, homemade blue cheese, homemade ranch dressing, homemade French dressing, and it's not that hard to do. And I use like artificial sweeteners, uh, not Splenda, and and what's the name of that other one? Su- Sucral, or shoot, I'm having a senior moment. I can't think of the name of it. But I use like monk fruit. Sometimes I use a little of like coconut uh, sugar. I use a little bit of that sometimes in some recipes. So um, it really helped. And I started losing weight when I changed my diet. I was losing, anywhere from 5 to 8 pounds a month. And excuse me. So within a year, was it a year? Maybe it's a year and a half. Some months I would lose a little more. Some months I'd lose a little less. I mean, it'd go up and down. You know how weight thing is. And I think like within a year and a half, I lost over 100 pounds. Yeah. So I went from 3X. I was wearing like 3X. Everything was 3X, extra large. And now I'm down to a large, and sometimes I'll get because I don't like my clothes real tight. Sometimes I'll get a like just extra large, not like uh, 2X or 3X or anything. I still wear some of those clothes, but they just hang on me. I just wear them around the house just because I don't want to throw them out because I save my newer stuff, my smaller clothes, for like when I have to go somewhere. And then, that way they don't get, worn out or ruined because I drop, food all over my clothes. I ruin everything. Um, but, like I even got some jeans, and I hadn't worn jeans in years. And I got like size 16. I went down to like, an 18. And then I went down to like a 16. And I even got a few, 14s. So, that was amazing to me because I hadn't been able to, feel comfortable in jeans for, years and years. So, anyway, that's, well, that's basically how I did it. I just, changed my diet, and I like for breads. I, you know, occasionally like if I have a sandwich or you know toast or something. I use that Ezekiel bread, and it's a sprouted bread. It comes frozen, and uh, it's low carb enough. Um, I used to be when I started out on keto. I was pretty strict, but now that I've lost the weight, and so occasionally I treat myself with a little more carb. I try to stay lower than 50 carbs a day. I used to be strict, stated like at 20, no more than 25 in a day. But now I'll go up to uh, 50, 55 or 60 at the most uh, carb in a day's time. Because sometimes I'll treat myself, I'll have like a small sweet potato, baked sweet potato, and, you know, I, eat a lot of steaks and chicken and fish, and I make that my main course. And then, with a side of, say, either asparagus or broccoli or cauliflower or green beans, and, a salad, coleslaw, you know. And I use my own homemade mayonnaise to make my own homemade coleslaw. See, I used to buy all that stuff already prepared. Go to the deli and get their, potato salad, get their, cold, ready-made coleslaw and stuff like. I was just being plumb lazy, you know. But once changed all that and started, now I enjoy cooking again. I've got all kinds of gadgets, kitchen gadgets and appliances and stuff I didn't used to have to bother with because I was eating everything out of a packet, sometimes frozen dinners, and it didn't matter to me just as long as it was quick and easy. But now I really enjoyed coming up with my own recipes. Making everything from scratch. Uh, like I used to would buy, say, canned chili. Now I make my own homemade chili, which is better. And so, anyway, I want to try to keep these videos down to, 10 to 15 minutes at the most. So I've already hit that. So that's why I got all this extra skin. Because when you lose a lot of weight, that skin don't shrink with the weight goes away. You should see my arms. I mean, I got wings. Okay, your body changes, but it changed when it gained that weight, and then you lose it. Then you got all this extra stuff. Okay, you have a great day. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment if you want or not. But thank you for watching. Bye bye. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Thanks for watching.